Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to be doing something special. I'm personally excited about this video. Today we are going to be building a two-page form, a sign up and a sign in form. And I'm going to be building it with just HTML and CSS. Don't worry, you have no reason to fear. I'll walk you through all the steps. And I find this amusing because this is one of the many amazing things you can do with HTML and CSS. So let's get right into it. Okay guys, this is the form we are going to be creating today. As you can see, it has a lot of styling like background images and others, and this is the sign in and this is the sign up. Don't mind the background image I put. I couldn't get a better one in time, so we'll just have to do with that. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is open your code editor. I personally recommend Visual Studio Code because it's what I use and I really enjoy using it, but any code editor will work. And then create a file, and I'm going to name my file form1 for the sign up page .html. This is for the HTML page, and I'm also going to create one for the CSS page. I'm going to give it the same name, form1.css. Okay, so the first thing we are going to work on is the form1.html file. We are not really going to worry about the CSS file right now, so I'll just close it, and when I want to work with it, I'll open it again. Now, if you have been following my previous YouTube videos, in a video what is HTML, we talked about HTML templates, and if you want to do a basic HTML template, all you need to type is an exclamation mark, press enter, and you have a fully functional HTML template. Now you don't really need this, so you can get rid of it. I'll just save that and close this. So the first thing you want to do is to create a form tag. Now this is a tag that allows you to create different types of inputs on a web page, like email, password, text, submit, different kind of inputs that make up a form basically. I'm just going to save this and press enter, impute a new tag, field set. Now this tag allows you to put a line to demarcate your form, make it look more concentrated, if I would use that word. And then legend is like the heading of your form, allows you to put a heading on your form, and I will just write impute your account details. Now I'm just going to highlight this, cut it, and put a h1 tag around it. This just makes it bigger. Put it again. Now we're going to put a label tag. A label tag is like the name of the input that you want to create, and I'll just name it name because it's for name, and I'll put name in capital letters, and then the input tag will come next, and the input tag is basically the input that you want to create. And the type is text because it's username, and I'm going to put a placeholder variable. Now a placeholder variable simply suggests to the user, the client, what to write in the input section. I'm going to type username. I'm going to type an ID to identify it when I want to style the tag. I'm going to name it name, and yeah, that'll be it. Oh, I almost forgot, you have to put a name attribute, and this basically links the label tag to the input tag. So just copy and paste this several times. Now I'll have to start changing the names one by one. Make this one dates of birth. Now change the type to date, which is a type of input that allows you to easily write the date or impute dates. Change the IDs to DOB because I don't want to be writing date of birth every time. Name will be DOB and I will link it to DOB. Yes. Now I have to change this to email. I have to change the type to email because this is also a type of input, as I said earlier. Oh, I forgot this. Let's change this to date of birth. Some small letters. Sorry about that. Change this to email. Change this to email. By the way, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, like and share. Don't forget to comment what you think about the video. And here I think I'm going to put address. Yeah. And the type is still going to remain text. Placeholder is going to be address. Got the D. And the name is going to be address. Basically everything is going to be address. So address. Yeah. Here is going to be address. We are almost done. Don't get tired. I'm going to make this phone number, so I'll just put phone in capital letter, phone number. I'm going to write phone number. Yeah. Sorry, it's harder to talk and code at the same time. Misspelling words. Number. Yeah. Then I'll just write phone number here because I don't want to be writing phone number every time. Phone no. Yeah, and in the 4 attributes in the label I'll put phone no. Now here I'm just going to write password and the type is going to be password. This is a like type of input that just provides a safer way to impute password on a website, and the placeholder is going to be password, name is going to be password. Yeah, and the name is going to be password. This password. Now I'm just going to make this one re-enter password. This is not really necessary, I just decided to do it because I felt like doing it. You don't really have to do it. That password, and then the type is still going to be password, and the placeholder is going to be password, ID is going to be password, and the name is going to be password. Oh, I almost forgot this. It's going to be password too. Right. So yeah, we are done. Now I will go to the file, to the HTML file, and check it out and see how it is. Okay guys, let's check what we have been creating, and yeah, it worked. But this is probably what you weren't expecting. It's not looking that appealing to the eye, but this is probably because we haven't added styles yet, and that is the importance of styles. So by the time we start adding styles, it will probably look much more better. So let's head back to Visual Studio Code and impute the styles. Okay, so the first thing you need to do to impute a style in your HTML file is to go over to the head tag, create a link tag, and type the name of the CSS file if it's in the same folder with your HTML file. But if it's not the same folder, you have to type the path and then the name. So since it's in the same folder, I'll just type the name from CSS, right, and then save it and go over here and open it, close this, and now we can now start adding styles to our web page. So after styling the body tag, the next tag I want to style is the field set tag. Then I'm going to give it the width of 90px, and I'm going to give it margin. Now auto simply means putting it like at the middle of everything. Like if I put margin top and margin bottom, so auto it will put it between the top and the bottom. And if I put margin right and margin left as auto, it will put it between the right and the left. So that's basically the idea behind putting auto in the margins. Left. So the first thing I want to style is the body tag, and I'm going to add a background image. This is how you do it if you want to add a background image to any tag. You just type background image and type URL in parentheses and the path to the image, and the path to the image I want is landscapes slash, I'm just going to use this picture, right? So after styling the body tag, the next tag I want to style is the field set tag. Then I'm going to give it the width of 90px, and I'm going to give it margin. Now auto simply means putting it like at the middle of everything. Like if I put margin top and margin bottom, so auto it will put it between the top and the bottom. And if I put margin right and margin left, as auto, it will put it between the right and the left. So that's basically the idea behind putting auto in the margins. Left, yeah. Save that. So the next tag I'm going to style is the input tag. I'm going to give it a width of 260 px and a height of 30 px. Just save that. So now I'm going to be styling an ID called submit. I haven't named the ID in the HTML page yet, but I'll do that when I'm done with styling it. I'll just paste this over here, and don't worry, I'll explain every single line of code. So this gives this a width of 110 pixels and a height of 35 pixels. The font size is going to be 25 pixels, the size of the fonts, and the text align is going to be at the center, and the color of the text is going to be deep sky blue, and the background color of the submit, like this is literally for the submit button, is going to be chocolate. Now the border style, this is a type of border style. There is rich, there is solid, it's going to be groove, and the border style is still going to remain groove. It's literally the same thing. I don't know why I put it twice. And this is the border width. It's going to be 2px, and the border color is going to be teal. The font weight is going to be bolder, and the font family is going to be Times New Roman. And if Times New Roman is not available, we're going to use Times and then this serif. So that's literally all what I have here. It isn't really that complicated. Now I'm going to add a hover effect. This literally helps you to know when you are hovering over a particular element. So if you want to add a hover effect, just type the name of the selector that you want to add the hover effect to, add a colon and hover. And then when a user, a client, hovers over this button, I want the color to change to dark cyan. Yeah, dark sea. And I want the background color to change to coral. And basically I want the border to change to rich. This is the other kind of border style I was telling you about, and I want the border size to still be 2px, and the color I want it to change to this color right here. So just save that. Now let's go over to the web browser and see how it looks. You see, it looks a lot much better with the styling, but I don't like the way this label, this legend is, so I'm going to change it. I'm just going to put account details, save it, share. Yeah, I think it looks much better, although I still don't like it, so I'm going to put a h2 tag instead of a h1 tag. I don't want it to be that big, but I want it to be big. And let me see what I have. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So now let's create the submit button. I'm just going to create another input, but before I put the input, I want to type this tag. This simply helps to create a little bit more space before adding the actual input. I'm just going to add it one more time. Right, and now I can add the input. and the type is going to be submit. The name is going to be submit, and the ID is going to be submit. The value, what you actually see when you go to the web page, is going to be submit. I'm going to just capitalize this. Yeah, there we go. Now if I save this and head to the browser, yeah, we get it. We get the submit and we get the hover effect too, but it isn't really giving it that space that I want to give it. That was the whole essence of the block code. So do you know what's going on? Oh, I did not put the input tag is supposed to go inside the block code, so I'll just cut it and put it here. First I have to get rid of this, right, and then paste it, and let me check it out if it will work this time. Yeah, there we go, it works just as I want it to. Now that we are done creating the sign up page, why don't we head over to Visual Studio Code so we can create the sign in page. I'm just going to create a new file and I'm going to name this form2.html for the HTML page and form2.css for the CSS page. Now the beauty of it all is that I would not have to write the code all over again. I could simply just go over here for the HTML and copy everything and paste it here, and then make any adjustments I want to make to it without having to stress myself. So the first adjustment I want to make to this is to remove the re-enter password input, because I would not have to re-enter my password when every time I want to sign in. That would be stressful. I've never seen that in a website. Have you? No, I don't think so. And I'm going to remove the address too. I think this address isn't really important in a sign in form. Email, I'm going to remove the date of birth. Yeah, date of birth. Yeah, I think that's about it. This is all the adjustment I want to make to my form2.html file. Now if you didn't notice, we are using the same CSS file for different HTML pages. Now you can use different CSS files as I did here, but now that I realized that creating two files was unnecessary, I'm just going to delete the second one because it isn't that necessary. I'm just going to use the same file for different HTML pages, but in some cases where you have to input dynamic styling to different HTML pages, you might have to have different CSS files. But before I do that, I just want to put a link just in case, and I'm going to leave this blank. I'm going to type forgot your password just in case the person forgot his password. Right. The linking up of the sign up and the sign in page goes both ways. For example, in the sign in page, which is form2.html, I will have to input a text that says new to this website and create a link that points to the sign up page, which is form1.html. So let's find form1.html, and then in the link will say sign up, and then in the sign up page, just copy this which is form1.html. I'll just impute already have an account. For users that are visiting the website but already have an account to the website, something like that. Right, and then I'll link it to form2.html, and in the link we'll just write sign in. That'll be it. Now let me check how it is in the browser. But first of all, let me save the form2. Save it, go back, run it in the browser, and there we go, the same styling. Okay guys, this will be it for this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share so you can get notified when I do more videos about the amazing things you can do with HTML and CSS. And comment what you think about the video, and if you have any specific video for me to do, leave it in the comment section and I'll get right on that. Okay guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video and stay blessed.